Hi everyone, my name's Dan, and today I just wanted to start a channel to document how I do my day trading, just how an everyday person does day trading without all of the trying to sell courses, without all the promises of making $20,000 before breakfast, without any of that, just how a normal person would be trading, trying to grow the account over time, going through the risk strategies, what tools I use, and just if people want to follow along with that and see how I do it, then perfect. Uh, as a bit of an intro, I did start day trading a few years ago, or maybe even more, uh, but I sort of took a break when the markets acted. They started acting really weird, so it was better just to get out. And only recently, maybe a couple of weeks ago, I decided to jump back in, start up the charts, and see if my charting is still accurate, see if things still would react the way that I would expect them to. But in this day and age, you express an interest in something and Instagram just jumps on it. Your algorithm changes, and I just got flooded with a whole bunch of people, yeah, really sensationalizing day trading, making like promising thousands of dollars a day, a month's salary before breakfast, and all of that sort of stuff, only to try and sell courses. On the other end of that was a lot of people who were making terrible risks. They were purchasing like funded accounts. Um, they would show they would show their high profit wins, and they would be doing, if it's working for them, perfect, but they wouldn't explain why they had their stop losses at certain points. I'll just put it under the latest low. They wouldn't explain why they would put that stop loss there on really short time frame charts as well. So they weren't finding resistance. They weren't showing support, and that's really what you need to do. Like to set up a stop loss, you really need to have that stop loss set underneath the support level, so you know that if it does break through the support, it's not coming back up. That's something that no one ever explains. They just want to show how they've made thousands of dollars in a 30-second video. Another thing that I've noticed is people don't seem to be showing stuff in real time. So a lot of the things that they do show will be, you can just tell that it's old charts, old graphs, and they've just gone over and put like their markings on it to look like they took profit right at the absolute peak, which is doable, but not as consistent as they're showing. And yeah, they are just trying to get followers, sell courses, all that sort of stuff. I'm not interested in that. If you want to follow or subscribe, like amazing. I just wanted to show people how real people do it. Maybe it sparks an interest. Maybe it gets more people into trading. And the most important thing is, if that's you, then you'll at least know how to do it properly. You'll see real life experience, not scalp trading, just a way that's a bit more sustainable. And I'm hoping as well that it will give me accountability. I won't be making emotional decisions. I won't be jumping in trades for the sake of it. I'll be, hopefully in the future, have a community there that's sort of backing me up. They'll call me out on anything that I do wrong, and it just sort of stops me from doing the incorrect thing and showing a community, what not to do. This is the first little intro video. You can see that my charts are already done up. I don't really have much to show there, so sorry for the boring video at the start. But over the next few videos, I will be completely taking this apart, removing all my markings and showing one by one. I'll have a video on trend lines so people can see how to create trend lines that are accurate. I'll be doing my favorite things. I like to keep it very simple. So trend lines and the Fibonacci retracements are the main things that I use. I do have a couple of indicators down the bottom, but you never really rely on indicators. They're just there to give extra levels of confirmation. Nothing's ever 100% guaranteed. So even if something looks like it's reacting to one of your like trend lines, the more things that you can have backing that up, the stronger it is. Probably maybe the main lesson that I'll say straight off the bat today is these reactions are done by real people. So if we set up a trend line and we can see where it should respond to that, if we set up a Fibonacci retracement and we can see that, you know, the 618, which I'll explain in another video, is sitting at that same level of support, if other people are seeing that as well, that's what's going to actually create that support. So if you keep the chart simple and basically do your charts how everyone else is doing their charts, having it all line up like that is what's actually going to create the support. People are going to be buying at those support levels that you've marked up because they're the support levels that they've marked up. Enough people do that, that creates the support. It's very logical. There's no jargon, no like everything that you see on Instagram where people are just throwing the longest words at you. Those long words, you know, they are very jargony. People could say it a lot simpler if they wanted to, but they just trying to look a bit smart. Most of the time they just thread so many together that it barely makes sense. But it makes people want to buy the courses and stuff. Sorry to keep going on about courses, but it's just the way it is now. It is a good thing to get into if you know how to manage your risks. You can be profitable, but you know, spending thousands of dollars on a course just to see what other people are doing wrong probably isn't the right way to go about it. Going back through, like I'm just playing around on the computer while I talk, but you can see a buy level that I had here and look at that reaction that it had from there. Yeah, he follows my charts pretty well. So hopefully even just by seeing this, it gains a bit of confidence in everyone. But again, that's not what I'm here for. It's just so you can see what I do. I'll be charting things up. I'll making predictions. I'm not going to be jumping in entries just for the sake of it. I'll be able to tell you guys where I think will be a good entry that I'll take at a later stage if it does get to that. Another thing that you can see here are little alerts that are set just above and below support and resistance lines. So I'll actually get an alert before it hits that in case it does make a big reaction. If something like this here, if I had an alert just before it, I'd be able to make an entry before it shot back down. So I think that's it for my little intro video. Not trying to hype anything up. I just want to show everybody how a real person can get into this. I'm not a pro. I'm not a pro trader. I'm not a pro YouTuber. You can probably tell. I'm not very good at talking on the microphone yet, but hopefully that changes. And yeah, if anyone has any suggestions about what they want to see, just let me know. But again, I will be keeping it fairly simple, very accessible, and hopefully people can join in on my journey. All right, thanks. Maybe click on one of these videos. I'm sure I'll have the next video prompted up on the screen by the time this gets sent out. Right, thank you.